Hi guys, and welcome back, and today I'm talking about powder blushes for mature skin, and this is the Drugstore edition. So I have done a high-end edition. I will put a link to the video in the description box down below, but I wanted to give you my Drugstore recommendations. So I am going to be showing you some swatches. I have got 5 different brands in front of me. I also just wanted to let you know that the brush that I'm using is our Blush 104 from the Makeup Worx range. I will leave a link to it in the description box down below. So I'm going to start off with the Milani Baked Blushes, and this is in the shade Luminoso. And again, I just wanted to reiterate that the shades that I'm talking about are particular to my skin tone, but what you need to focus on more than that is the formula. So these are formulas that are really good for mature skin. They are not going to emphasize lines, wrinkles, or enlarged pores. They are really sheer. Some of them are really highly pigmented, but I find that they are just all blushes that work beautifully on the skin. So unfortunately, we can't get Milani in South Africa. I can recommend the MAC Warm Sol as a dupe. It is a high-end dupe, but the Milani one for mature skin, I find that it is really beautiful on the skin as well. It blends into the skin. It does leave a beautiful sheen, and really is gorgeous if you're not wanting a straight matte, you're just wanting something that's going to add a little bit of life to your skin. I find that these baked blushes are really fantastic for that. And then moving on to another brand, which unfortunately is also no longer available in South Africa, but I did want to mention it anyway, and that is from NYX, and that is the Sweet Cheeks Matte Blush. Now, this blush is really beautiful. It is so highly pigmented. This particular shade, in case you're interested in the shade, it can be duped by the MAC Sheer Tone blush in the shade Pinch Me. Obviously, you are going to be paying more, but the Pinch Me Sheer Tone is available in South Africa for those of you that are looking for something similar. But this formula is just really beautiful. It's just so sheer and absolutely gorgeous on mature skin. So if you're lucky enough to have access to the NYX brand and you can get hold of this particular range, the Sweet Cheeks range, I would highly recommend their blushes. Just absolutely beautiful. And now I'm moving on to a blush that you can get in South Africa, and that is the Rimmel Maxi Blushes. I saw this in store recently. I know that it has been out globally for a few years now. South Africa are about 5 years behind the times, but it has made its way into Clicks and Dis-Chem, and I only found one shade. This is in the shade Wild Card, but it's actually quite a universal shade. And this blush is a matte blush and really beautifully sheer and blends like a dream on the skin. So really would recommend this, and if you know of any other shades that are available, if you've seen any locally, please let me know. But just a really beautiful formula, and it's also really comparable to the MAC Sheer Tone blushes. It's very similar to the NYX one that I've just mentioned, but just a fantastic formula. So would highly recommend these from Rimmel. And of course, it's an absolutely huge pan, so a little is going to go a really, really long way. And then moving on to one of my all-time favorite drugstore blush brands, and that is Revlon. Now, Revlon do blushes and lipsticks really, really well. And they came out a few years ago with this range. They are in the square pans. There are a whole lot of different colorways. There are some mattes, there are some shimmers. And I find that the formula is just absolutely beautiful. The one that I have here is a matte one, and it's really highly pigmented. A little bit goes a long way. You can overdo it, as I have been known to do, but really just beautiful for mature skin. Again, really comparable to the Rimmel blush, comparable to the NYX one as well. Just really gorgeous and blends out absolutely seamlessly. So any of the shades from this range I would highly recommend. I do have one that has a little bit of a shimmer in it, and this is the Naughty Nude one, which I use as a bronzer. So you can also use this all over the cheek if you wanted to. It does have a little bit of a sheen rather than a shimmer. Just absolutely gorgeous for mature skin. So would also highly recommend this one. But those are the blushes that I would recommend from Revlon, and really I don't have anything bad to say about them, apart from the packaging, which is a little bit cheap. It does come apart in some instances, but for the price, honestly, you really can't go wrong. And then finally, one of my other all-time drugstore favorite brands is Wet n Wild, and I've got 2 of their blushes, and the one that I'm wearing is one of the shimmer blushes in Pearlescent Pink. I have got it on this side of my face today, and I've loved this color for the longest time, but also this formula. So it really is long lasting, it's highly pigmented, it's got just a little bit enough of a sheen to bring your cheeks to life. So again, nothing obnoxious that's going to be highly chunky and very glittery. It's just a really beautiful formula. And then I recently purchased another one of their blushes in Bed of Roses, and it is the one that I have on this side of my face today. And this is one of their mattes. So it's really similar in color to Pearlescent Pink. There you can see them together. But if you prefer something matte, this is absolutely beautiful as well. So I find again that it's really blendable. It's really very sheer on mature skin, and can be blended out really beautifully. So those are both from Wet n Wild, and I find that in terms of blush and even highlighter, Wet n Wild just can't be beat in terms of value. And so guys, those are my drugstore powder blush recommendations, bearing in mind that I do live in South Africa, where we do not have access to brands like Elf, like Milani, all those fantastic value for money brands. So let me know in the comments down below what powder blushes you would recommend, what you feel is really top notch and that would work on mature skin. I would love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. I will also be doing a video on cream blush, so if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and that way you will be notified when that comes out. Thanks guys, and I'll see you next time. Ciao, ciao.